Good morning. Find your comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall. Lengthen through the crown of your head, root into your sit bones. Relax your shoulders, hands in your lap. Close your eyes and then tune into your breath. Take a few deep breaths, opening up your chest. Making your breath as deep as you can, breathing into the belly, breathing into the back, breathing into your clavicles up top of your chest. This week is seems to be the official week of the season starting to turn, starting to change. Today we're going to talk about or think about, work on changes of seasons. It could be a season of the year or a season of life. We have a season in life as we know it, really, the big pivotal moment, pivotal time in our lifetimes. And how well we adapt or don't adapt to significant changes. So observe your breath, see how it's changed. Feel the sensation of the soles of your feet touching the surface of the floor or your socks. Feel the sensation of the backs of your thighs touching the chair. Feel the sensations of the palms of your hands and whatever they're touching. And then feel the sensation of the openness of space above your head, lengthening through your spine. Feel the vast openness. And I want you to take a nice deep breath and sit up nice and tall, lengthen through the crown of your head, and then drop your right ear to the right side. Take 3 nice deep breaths. And on your next exhale, start to tuck your chin forward, roll it to the center, pause and breathe. And then bring your head back up to neutral. And when you're ready to take another deep breath, lengthen through the crown of your head, reach with the spine. And then on your exhale, drop the left ear to the left side. Take 3 nice deep breaths. On your last exhale, tuck your chin and slowly start rolling your head forward, pausing at the center. Still keeping that lengthened spine, lengthened neck. Relax shoulders. Tuck your chin in a little bit tighter, squeezing into your voice box, and rolling back up to center. Through center, take it to the ceiling. And when you bring it down, I want you to jut it out and scoop it. Way out there, scoop it in, all the way into your chest, into your voice box, roll up. Slowly start bringing it up, chin up. Pause for a breath. And on your exhale, start jutting forward and scooping out. Pulling it all the way in, squeeze in, bring it up to neutral. When you come up to neutral, just flutter your eyes open if they're not already. Bring your arms forward, palms up, soft bend in the elbow. Flat palms, flat fingers, as if you're holding a tray. And we're going to inhale, raise the arms up as far as you feel comfortable. Exhale, let them come back down almost to your thighs. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again, inhale up. Exhale down, and then take them out to 45 degrees and inhale up. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. And then take them out to the sides. Breathe up. Keeping the palms up for the whole time. Exhaling down. And on your last one, exhaling down, just relax. Roll your shoulders, shake out your hands, roll your wrists. You're going to do a nice little twist to the side. Keep your knees right out in front of your hips, toes right under your ankles right under your knees, toes facing forward. Right arm, inhale up. Reach tall, lengthen, then rotate to the left. Exhaling, arm comes down to the left side. You can grab your left wrist or just hold your left thigh and put both hands on your left hip. Whatever feels good, but try not to pull your knees in together. Keep them over your ankles. Tall spine, soft belly. Look over your back shoulder. On your next inhale, lengthen. And exhale, bring yourself back to center. And just pause for a moment. Feel the difference in your side bodies, maybe in your back, the muscles right along your spine, your recti spinae muscles. And when you're ready to inhale, again, start on the left side. Inhale up, lengthen tall, reach from sit bone to fingertip, rotate right, arm comes down in front of your face, reaching to the right side, finding your anchor point, flattening your spine, lengthening through your head, turn your head and look to the back shoulder. And on your next inhale, lengthen tall, sit back up. Exhale, bring yourself back to front. And relax. Do little twists. little curve in the spine, a little cat-cow, whatever you feel like you want to do to release any tension. We're going to do some lower leg. We're going to do our figure 4 position. So if you want to put your foot on a block or grab a strap or something to hold your leg up, or you can hold onto your shin. Gently flex your foot. Make sure you've got a hold of that leg. Root both sit bones down into the chair. Lengthen through the spine. Engage your abs. Protect your back. Head floats on top. And just take a moment to breathe into your thigh. Anywhere you feel a stretch just from sitting. Hold on to your shin, your strap, your belt, whatever you want to use. Take a deep breath, lengthen tall. Exhale, start to lean forward, bending at your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend in a little more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend in a little more. Try and keep from rounding your shoulders. Feel that marionette string pulling at the crown of your head. You can stay here for 2 more breaths, or you can round your shoulders and drop your head for 2 breaths. On your next inhale, start rolling up, belly in, chest in, neck on top, head on top, nice and tall. And sit there for a moment, keeping your leg up. Turn your chest towards your knee. And then turn your chest towards your foot. And then come back to the center before releasing, nice and gentle. And switch sides. Get both sit bones rooted. Hold on to whatever you'd like to hold on. Soft flex the foot. Lengthen through the spine, engage the abs. Make sure that you're not rocked forward on the sit bones or rocked back. That you're balanced on both of them evenly. Abs are engaged to protect the back. When you're ready, deep breath, lengthen. Exhale, make sure you're bending at the hips. Come forward. Holding onto that leg so it can relax. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Tune into your breath, the sensation in your body. You can either stay here for 2 breaths, or you can ground your shoulders, drop your head for 2. On the third inhale, start pulling your belly in, rounding and rolling up. Stacking spine, place the head on top. Check your posture, make sure you're nice and tall. Take your chest towards your knee. Chest towards your foot. And back to center. moment. Breathe. And then relax and put your foot down. And shake it off. All right, we're going to do a seated lunge. So what I want you to do is turn to the side of your chair, one cheek on and one off. And you're going to take your dropped foot and you're just going to slide it back. Slide it back as far as you feel comfortable and keeping your shoulder and hip lined up. So if you start sliding back and your front part starts coming forward, you don't want that. You want to stay up. So just go back as far as you can and stay tall from hip to shoulder. Stay up on those toes so you're flexing that foot, stretching through your arch. Kind of pushing through the heel a little bit. You should feel a stretch in the front of that hip and thigh. You're naturally squeezing that cheek because you're trying to keep yourself tall. Same arm as the leg that's down. You want to inhale up and lean towards the back of your chair just a little bit and get some side stretch as well as side hip, side thigh. Breathe. Gently bring that arm down, sitting up tall, all the way down. And you put the hand behind the thigh and help drag it back up. Shake out that leg, roll your ankle around, move your toes, squeeze and release any tension that you feel before you start walking around to the other side. One cheek on and one off. Make sure you're holding the back of your chair. Slide those toes back. Make sure you're keeping your shoulder and your hip lined up. You're not leaning forward. Only slide back as far as you can maintain your spinal alignment. You start jutting your belly forward and round and making your back arch. Pull that foot in a little bit. Push through the heel to stretch through your arch and your toes and your Achilles tendon. Naturally squeezing your glute to help hold yourself up. Outside arm, one down, inhale up. Lean towards the back a tiny bit. Opening up the hip a little more. Breathe. And when you're ready, nice and slow, start sitting up. Let your hands slide down all the way to the thigh, and then release your toes and help slide it back up. Squeeze and release your toes, roll your ankle, whatever feels good before you walk yourself back to the front. I forgot that I have to get the yawn today that I need to get myself a clock so I can see it because I can't see that one over there. So my ankles seem to really like that today, or maybe they didn't like it, and I don't know, but my ankles are feeling that today. So open your feet up, hip width or wider than your hips. Scoot to the edge of the chair to where it feels comfortable. We're going to lean forward, so make sure that your chair is not cutting into the back of your thighs. Hands on your thighs, fingertips pointed inward. Lean forward slightly, lengthen from the crown of your head. Make sure your feet are rooted evenly. Engage your glutes. Lengthen your spine. And you're going to take your right shoulder forward, your left one back. Turning your head left slightly, just to keep it in line with the spine a little bit. And come back to center. Re-lengthen before we turn the other direction. Deep breath and turn left shoulder forward, right back. Rotate head a little bit. And then gently come back to center. We're gonna do like our whip where you take shoulders back, chest forward, and you go forward and then you round up. So you're gonna take a big breath to start. And you're gonna exhale, take it forward, chest first. Go as far as you feel comfortable, then drop your head, pull your belly in and roll up. And jump forward. Make sure you're squeezing through your glutes to help you come up. One more, chest forward and back. Drop your head, squeeze, roll up, and relax. Walk your feet in. We're going to stand up and do a little bit of balance. Check out those legs. Feels like got stuff in the way. That's over here. All right, so you can have the chair on either side. I want you to put your feet facing directly forward, which is not necessarily normal for everybody, not your normal stance. Make sure they're right underneath your hip bones. I want you to make sure your knees are soft, hips are soft. Root your feet from your toes to your heels without locking into your legs. Try not to lock them back, keep them soft. A little tiny squeeze of the butt, a little tiny squeeze of the abs so that you lengthen everything upward. We're going to take our right arm and we're going to take the palm out, inhale up. When it comes overhead, take your hips to the right, lean left. If you need to hold on to something, you can. Take one big breath in that position. And at your next exhale, start bringing yourself back and down. Roll your shoulders to the other side. Left palm up, inhale up. It's right up over your head. Start leaning, hips go to the left, lean to the right. Try and keep both feet rooted though. Don't let one lift. And slowly come back up on your next exhale. Now transfer your weight over to your right foot. Start to lift the left one off the floor, keeping your feet facing forward. And then place that right back down under your hip. And then lean over onto the left foot. Make sure your feet are facing forward. Lean to the left and lift the right off the floor. And then back down. Now lean over onto the right. Lift the left. Flex the left foot. Bend the left knee. Straighten it out and come back to center. Make sure your feet are facing forward. Weight goes to the left. Lift the right off the floor. Flex the foot. Bend the knee. Straighten the knee. And back to center. Shake out your legs. It's a little challenging. All right, we're going to do a waterfall, forward fold. So when we do the forward fold, I'm going to show you from the side, we're going to do something a little different, and your head will be down so you won't be able to see me. So when we come forward, all the way down, we're going to inhale, take your shoulders down your back, and you can put your hands here and flatten your spine, And then you're going to exhale and you're going to round. You're going to inhale, pull the shoulders away from your ears, flatten your back on the inhale, and exhale, ragdoll. Okay? So take a nice deep breath. Butt back, chest forward, all the way down on your exhale. Then on your inhale, press on your shins, flatten your back. Exhale, round back down. Inhale, press on the shins, shoulders down the back. And exhale, back down. One more. Inhale, lift up. It's just a half lift. Exhale, back down and ragdoll. You can hold on if you want to, or you can grab your elbows and let your arms hang freely. You can rock side to side on your feet. Mine's more of a half circle rock when I rock. Soft knees, bending into your knees so that you have your belly kind of resting on your thighs. On your next inhale, bend knees a little more, squeeze butt, start rolling up. Head comes on top, deep breath. And exhale down and make your way to the floor. We've got tummy time today. I know you're so excited, and I'm gonna make it so the camera's a little closer for this. Down on your belly. We're gonna do, after we're done with our belly, we're gonna push ourselves up into a child's pose, back like this. So if you want something under your knees, I'm gonna put this under my belly and then probably move it under my knees. Either put your cheek on the floor or your forehead on the floor, or you can put your forehead on a book so you can stay lined up. Arms are at your sides, hands are right underneath your shoulders, elbows in close. Just take a couple of breaths. Think of pressing your hip bones towards the floor, so a little engage in your lower abs. On your next inhale, I want you to imagine you're pulling the top of the mat underneath your chest, so you're kind of pressing into your hands. Shoulders are going down your back, and lift your head off the floor. It doesn't have to be very far. And then you're going to exhale, relax back down. Inhale, pulling through the arms, lifting your head up. Exhale, back down. Do 2 more of those. On your last one, just relax. You can flip your arms so that they are next to you, palms up. Squeeze through your glutes, squeeze through your thighs. Same thing that we just did. Inhale, just lift your head up, but reach your fingers towards your feet. And back down. Keep your butt and your thighs squeezed. Inhale, reach the fingers towards the feet. Exhale, back down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale and release. You can bring the palms of the hands back to under your shoulders. press yourself back into a down dog, or not down dog, child's pose. So your butt's gonna go back. Take your knees wide, but bring your big toes close to each other. Push your butt back as far as you're comfortable. It's a nice good stretch in your back. And if you don't like child's pose at all, you can just work your way onto your back. Nice and slow, walk your hands back up onto your knees so you can flip yourself over. I accidentally turned the mic off there for a second. I think I got it back on. All righty. Once you're on your back, you can either flop or draw your knees up, whichever is more comfortable. Take another 2 or 3 breaths. Work out any kinks. Do some intuitive movement, whatever it feels like your body wants at the moment. And then bring yourself to the center of your mat, your feet on the floor. Knees in the sky. Lined up hips and shoulders. And I want you to slide your right leg out straight. Toes towards the ceiling, so you have it slightly engaged. You're rotating, internal rotation to get those toes to face the ceiling. Activating through that internal thigh. Then take your right arm overhead. Reach it as far away from your right foot, your right hip. Stretch through the right front of your abs, the right side. Then I want you to take that right foot, lift it off the floor just enough to scooch it to the left. Go as far left with that right foot as you feel comfortable. Then take your left hand and grab your right wrist and draw your right arm over to the left as far as you feel comfortable. Keep your thigh engaged, your abs engaged. Slowly slide the right leg back underneath the hip. Slide the right arm all the way down. Relax. Realign your spine if you need to, and then slide your right heel back up. Put your foot flat on the floor. Now check your alignment. Ready on the left. Slide your left heel out as far as you do feel comfortable. All the way out. Engage in your inner thigh to rotate and bring those toes straight up. Take your left arm, bring it overhead, lengthen away from the hip. Lift your left leg off the ground just enough to move it to the right side as far as you feel comfortable. Then take your right hand and grab your left wrist and draw that left arm over. You still have it on the floor. So we're creating a side bend while we're lying down. Opening up through the side of the abs, the side of the hip a little bit more.
Keeping your inner thigh engaged to keep your toes up. And gently start sliding your left leg back out underneath your hip. Release the wrist and slide the left arm back down to a comfortable position. Both arms really. Realign your spine, slide your left heel back up. Check your spinal alignment. Check your alignment on your mat. Walk your feet together right underneath your pubic bone. And then I want you to open your right knee, coming up on the outside of the right foot, having that right foot right up against the inside of the left. If you need to put a block underneath your outer thigh to support, or a pillow, or rolled up something, you can. Now I want you to squeeze both glutes, and I want you to tuck your tail or press your back into the mat. And you're going to get some more stretch in that right inner thigh. Left knee is still pointing to the ceiling. Right knee is pointed towards the right. Release your glutes. You can bring that knee up two different ways. You can assist it with the hand, or you can straighten it out first, then rotate the knee to the ceiling, foot to the ceiling, and drag it back up. Whichever one feels safer for you. So scooch feet together, ankles touching. Open up the left side. Coming up on the outside edge of the left foot and scooching that left sole of your foot right up against the right leg, the right foot. If you need a block underneath or something underneath your thigh, you can. Then squeeze both your left and right glute, tucking your tail, pushing your back into the floor, and creating some more stretch in the inner thigh on the left side. Breathe. Relax your glutes. You can assist the leg up with your hand, or you can slide it out straight, rotate it, and draw it back up. Now we're going to do both legs. Ankles together. Start opening both feet. Come on the outside edges. Scooch the soles of your feet together into butterfly, reclined butterfly. Touch your toes, touch the forefoot, touch the heels, feel the opening in the arch. Put something underneath the outer thighs if you need to. Squeeze your glutes and then tuck your tail. It's smaller tuck than it was when you had one leg up. Really put something underneath there if you need to support on either side. Breathe. Release your glutes. Either assist up or slide them out straight. Then rotating, bringing your feet up and slide your heels back in. Bring both knees into your chest. Relax any tension. Uncross your feet. Cross your right leg over your left, or put your right ankle on your left. And you're going to roll to the left. As far as you can comfortably. You can actually roll onto something, so you don't have to go all the way to the floor. Onto a cushion, a pillow. You can get up against the couch and roll towards the couch. Open your right arm either in the cactus or have it just open to the side. One more breath. Draw your arm in first. Roll your shoulders to the left. Uncross your feet. Tuck your knees in and roll back up to center. And we're going to do the other side. We're going to cross our left leg over our right, or put your left ankle on below your right thigh. And you're going to gently roll your hips right. Roll up against something, a bolster, a pillow, cushion, footstool. And then open your left arm either in cactus or just open to the side. Palm up. One more breath. Bring your arm back in and roll your shoulders to the right also. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees up a little further and roll yourself back onto your back. Put both feet on the floor, walk them out to the outside edges of your mat, center your torso, and flop. Both knees right. Come up on the edges of your feet. Support your back by putting something under your right thigh. Just take a couple of breaths. No stretching, no forcing stretch, no engaging of glutes. Have your arms in a comfortable position. On your next inhale, draw your abs in, draw on your knees up, and flop again, side to side. Both knees left. Come up on the sides of your feet. Support your back with a block under your outer thigh if you want. Arms in a comfortable position. And just take 2 or 3 breaths. Try and make them nice and big. On your next inhale, draw the abs into the spine first, then start drawing the knees up, and do just some flopping. Walk your feet to the center, bring one at a time into your chest. We're going to do a cannonball, so take a deep breath. Exhale, round yourself up, nice and tight. And release on an inhale. Exhale, draw yourself back up. Release on your inhale. One more. And relax. Feet to the floor. And there's your sound for Shavasana. Get yourself situated. Sit how you feel most comfortable, or Lay how you feel most comfortable with your bolster or something under you, or your ankles up. Shins on the couch or a chair. And just take a couple nice deep breaths. Check your posture of your shoulders and hips lined up. Cover your eyes if you want. Connect with your breath. Observe your breath. Observe the sensation of your breath. Feeling the temperature. The humidity level. Feel the emotional state of your breath. Does your breath feel light or does it feel heavy? Relax through all 10 fingers, through the palms of your hands, up through your forearm and into your elbow, up your upper arm and into your shoulder. Feel your shoulder blades in the mat. Feel the breath press into the shoulder blades. Relax all 10 toes. All down through your foot, into your ankle. Up your lower leg into your knee. Rolling up your upper leg into your hips. Feel your hip bones press into the mat. Feel the connection between hip and shoulder. Right hip and right shoulder. Left hip and left shoulder. Do they feel even and stable? Do they feel supported on the floor? Feel the entire back of your torso supporting the front. Feel your breath rise and fall, pressing into your back body, floating your front body upward. Relax through your throat, your jaw, your eyes, and into your forehead. Be aware of your thoughts, but let them pass. Keeping your focus on your forehead. Moving it to the mind, behind the skin, behind the bone. Where all of our thoughts are held. All of our motor functions are created. Our pain signals are read. Our emotions are triggered. And bring to the forefront of your mind a time where you have gone through a season of change that was difficult or is difficult. How do they feel? How do they feel emotionally? How do they feel mentally or physically? Do you dread change? Do you march forward with ready for battle? Do you sit back and watch what happens to make your move, to make your adjustment? If you could change one thing about how you respond to change, what would it be? And if you could simply change your response, make the decision to change your response, do you think it could be that easy? And then think about the next change that you will have. It doesn't have to be big. It could be this simple fact of packing up to come down. The next change that you'll have. Can you make a decision for it to be less stressful, for it to go smoothly? Can you state your stance ahead of time? Can you put into place the things that you know help you get through it or help keep you organized? Help keep your mind at ease? Help keep your thoughts on the prize instead of distracted and unfocused? And if you could tell a young person one thing about how to go about preparing or dealing with change, maybe it's unexpected change, what would their advice be? Your advice be to them? And have you taken your own advice? Take a few deeper breaths. With each exhale, imagine that change is just washing over you. You're completely at peace. You're completely safe. On your next deep breath, exhale out your mouth. Make it audible, even if it's a sigh or a groan or moan. Bringing your thoughts back to your physical body, back to your heart, to your skin, to your joints, to each pressure point that you feel touching the earth, grounding in. Feeling that urge to move, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Make fists open and close. Squeeze your fingernails into the palm when you squeeze and close. Squeeze those toes in tight. Open really wide, stretch between the webbing, opening and closing. Then roll your wrists and ankles, bend and straighten your elbows and knees. Bringing your arms overhead, straightening out your legs. Take a nice deep breath and stretch in opposite directions. And then relax, release. Gently turn your head side to side. Picking up your neck. And when you're ready, roll over onto your side, stacking your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Take a couple of breaths. Feel the change in position. If change was always that easy. Gently peel yourself off the floor, one hand at a time, walking yourself up to a seated, comfortable position. Relaxing your hands in your lap. Once you're nice and tall in your spine, just drop your head forward. And just gently say no. If you're letting your head hang, turn side to side, a little gentle no. Then slowly bring your head up, all the way up tall, big, lengthen through the chin, and then all the way back down. We're doing really big yeses, but slow yeses. Big up and down. And on your next down, stop at center, turn your head right. And then gently turn it left. And come back to center. We did lots of side bend, side stretches today. We're going to end with one more. Right arm, inhale up. Leaning to the left. You can put your hand on the left hand on the floor or leave it in your lap. But then I want you to round forward, let the arm drop forward, hunching your back and just leaned over slightly. Take a breath, come back up tall. Let's do the other thing on the left side. Inhale up, leaning to the right. You can be supported or unsupported, it's up to you. And when you're ready, start rounding forward, letting that arm fall down. Bring your head to center, hunched over. Pull your low belly in. Start stacking one vertebrae at a time. To mid belly, to chest, to neck, to the crown of your head, coming up to the top. Deep breath, both arms up. Exhale, press away that air. Another big breath. Inhale, arms up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale, bring them down to your chest as you flutter your eyes open. And namaste.